And welcome back to the Hot Lap. Straight after qualifying, we're recording this, and Ollie BEARMAN, as you know, has a 10-place grid penalty, which we're fine with, but 4 penalty points. 4! Yeah, we do have a problem with that. And sadly, we've got to dig something up from the past as well. We've become archaeologists, albeit it's the most recent past. Sorry. So let's then begin with our problem, and it starts this morning after FP3, where Ollie BEARMAN was a very silly Ollie BEARMAN, admittedly, when he pretty much did this. Okay, you shouldn't crash in the pit lane, but it was under the red flag, and he was deemed, I think the telemetry suggested he was going faster then than he was before. So yes, completely agree with the 10-place grid penalty. The 4 points, potentially we agree with it, but there's one massive but, and we'll get into it in a bit. But let's have a look at this. So, the breach, the infringement of the International Sporting Code. The penalty is a drop of 10 grid positions for the next race, as in Silverstone, the British Grand Prix tomorrow. At the time of recording, 4 penalty points. Sadly, he's got a total of 8. Now, the stewards heard from car driver Mr. BEARMAN, the team representative, and everyone. The race was red flagged. Car 87, as in BEARMAN, has slowed down for the red flag as he was approaching turn 15, accelerated significantly to race pace as he entered the pit lane entry road at 260 kilometers per hour, and he lost control in the pit. He said himself it was cold brakes, which is really bad. And they've put Article 37.6, the Formula 1 sporting regulations of Appendix whatever, and Sporting Code require that when the red flag is shown, all cars, admittedly, must immediately reduce speed. Okay, he is guilty. It is beyond doubt that the car of 87 did not proceed slowly back to the pit lane. Yes, I completely agree. He accelerated to simulate entering the pit lane road under race conditions. Yes, he did. And found that he was faster in this lap under a red flag. Yes, he was. To make matters worse, he lost control, crashed into the barriers while at speed. The driver informed us he had misjudged the fact. And while this may have been a factor contributing to the crash, we did not consider it a mitigating factor. We accordingly penalised him, as per the penalty guidelines, of a drop to 10 grid places with 4 points. Okay, I would accept those 4 penalty points if. And this is where we have to sadly go back to Spain. Yep. Do you remember this? George Russell, Max Verstappen. Verstappen essentially using his car as a weapon against George Russell. Yeah, not particularly great, was it? I mean, he ended up letting him through, didn't he? But when you look at it, smack. He's just using it. He's just using his car as a weapon there. If you remember, it was absolutely not good at all. Here's basically another view of it. There's George Russell. He lets him through, and then smack Verstappen. Now, let's have a look at what they said. 10-second time penalty. 3 penalty points. 3. Okay, so you hit someone on purpose. It was, but we'll get to what the stewards think. And you only get 3 penalty points. The stewards reviewed the positioning, marshalling, system data, telemetry, etc. From the radio communications, it was clear that the driver of car 1 was asked by his team to give the position back. Car 63, as in George Russell, for what perceived to be an earlier breach, for obviously leaving the track. Now, the driver of car 1 was clearly unhappy. Yes, he was, with his team's request to give the position back. And at the approach of turn 5, car 1 significantly reduced its speed, thereby appearing to allow George Russell, car 63, to overtake. However, car 63 got ahead. Car 1, at the entry of turn 5, suddenly accelerated. Telemetry, remember, and collided with car 63. The collision was undoubtedly caused by the actions of car 1. We therefore impose a 10-second time penalty. Hello? He purposely hit George. He purposely hit him. Now, here's the thing that proper winds me up in one way or another. According to the FIA penalty guidelines released today, this is from Autosport on June the 26th, Max Verstappen would have received an extra point on a super license and consequently a race ban. Had his collision with George Russell been seen as deliberate or reckless, which it absolutely was. The stewards deemed that Verstappen had caused a collision with no immediate and obviously sporting consequence. That doesn't matter. It was deliberate or reckless, meaning 3 points were added instead of 4. They're just absolute chickens because they didn't want to give Max Verstappen a race ban. This is not against Max Verstappen by all means. No, this is against the absolutely ridiculous penalty points and penalty system of where you've given Ollie BEARMAN 4 points, yet a man who quite happily uses his car as a weapon, what would be an offence in any country, by purposely hitting another car. I mean, look at this. Intentionally hitting another car while driving is a serious offence in the UK. Funny that. It could be classified as criminal damage, dangerous driving, or even hit and run, where you can get imprisonment, fines, driving disqualification. I mean, ironically, points between 3 and 11, apparently. So there we go. Well done. Well done, the FIA. Well done, the stewards. Once again, you've shown that you're an absolute joke. Potentially you were too chicken for that Max Verstappen thing, but that's obviously, that's our water under the bridge. Oh, I'm not angry with Verstappen anymore for that. We're over it. It's done. It's like crying over spilt milk. But the important thing, I wanted to show you the continued inconsistencies of the stewards with their penalties. It's just bizarre. If you made it to the end, please give us a subscribe. That would be great if you liked it. Comment below, let us know. If you didn't like, if you think I don't have a point at all, fair enough. Do that too. Speak to you soon. Thank you very much. And above all else, stay safe.